So when we have a new governor, it's always important for us to discuss and to hear from members of their state to know what their expectations are. So today we're going to be talking about the new governor of Osun State, Governor Adeleke, and he assumed office today. And it would be great to understand what the people of Osun are expecting from their new governor, especially living for the fact that the outgoing governor, Governor Oyetola, has told us he has explained to us his stewardship, what he has done in the state, and the great job he's done so far, and how he has been able to not owe any debts and pay salaries and ensure that everybody, because I do know a few people who live in that state, and they can attest to the fact that they did get their pensions. And so what are your thoughts on this new governor, especially also considering the fact that he's an uncle to one of the biggest artists in Africa, and that there might be an influence of youth empowerment and growth in that state? What's the effect of Davido being a nephew of this new governor? Could that be a new attraction for young people to the state? What possibilities are there? What are the mineral resources in that state? Let us talk about Osun this morning. You can call us on the numbers on your screen: 081-270-536-870-9139-076-948. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag your view TVC so we can read your tweets. We'd really like to hear from indigenes of Osun State this morning, from wherever you are in the world. Let us know your thoughts on this new governor and your expectations. Let me start with you, Tokwe.
So, I didn't think about the Davido factor and its impact at all, but I think that considering how vested Davido was in the campaign, it should mean that his uncle listens to him and he'll be able to say, I pushed your campaign, and this is the kind of representation I would want for young people, the entertainment industry, and all of that within Osun State. I'm looking forward to how that will play out. But one of the things that fear me most when we have change in administration is the stall in governance. There's always a stall in governance when administration changes, and especially between inter-party administration. So from APC to PDP, PDP to APC, the first thing is stopping all projects, reversing all decisions, investigating all that is going on, while people of the state are wondering, can we continue the good work that was seen? And I'm going to appeal to Governor Oyetola that, Governor Adeleke, that he should please, despite the fact that he has seen a lot of things that have been done wrong in the last administration, he should also train his eyes to see the good things in the last administration so that they can continue them. When people campaign, you know, in election season, they're campaigning in Lagos, every other party campaigning, and I'm a bit worried because we will be going to court. We will be stalling projects. We might stop projects. And I want to appeal to the new governor of Osun State, please, even while investigating newly awarded projects, don't stop old projects that are already ongoing that will benefit the people of your state. Don't let any seed of being vindictive or being angry with the system because you feel like your the last time you went towards this election, it was taken away from you, should stop you from letting continuation happen on the good things that are happening in that state.
The case is still in court. You know, there's still this election petition going on. We know that, but right now we have a sitting governor, and it's important for us to hear those. You know, what are your thoughts as an outsider from looking into Osun State? What do you think? What are your thoughts on this new administration? What are your expectations? And what do you hope the governor will do?
Yes, so first of all, I want to say congratulations to Governor Adeleke. I wish him all the best in this new venture, if I would call it that. But when I was studying the papers this morning, I found that, according to the papers, that they said the former governor was reluctant in submitting a transition note. So there was no proper handover done. And that was why he had to, first of all, give the directive to freeze the account and all the things he has stopped so that they would do a proper investigation. This is my advice. When you are going to be leaving office, let's understand that, you know, the office itself, it's a job that you're there to do. It's not your father's house. It's not your personal property. You should hand over properly because you have the people at heart. You have the people in mind. You want good for the people. When you hand over properly, it helps the incoming governor or president or whoever to have an understanding of everything that you have done and find ways to build a continuum on those things that he feels can work. But when you leave it hanging, after all, let them come and stress themselves. You know what happens? They will put a stop to everything you have done. It's going to affect the lives of the people who are involved in those things, like these jobs now that they have given out to people. and he's putting a stop to it, a lot of people will stay at home without jobs. So everything affects other people. So let's not put ourselves, because I'm going now, you just go there and stress yourself, or I'm coming in now, you did not give me an opportunity before, and not think of the people we are meant to serve. So I would like Tope said, that he looks at those good things that this former governor has done and builds on it, and also tests the pulse of the people. I would love Osun people to call in to tell us, okay, when Governor Oyetola was there, this is what we benefited. This is what we enjoyed. We hope that Governor Adeleke will be able to meet up to this expectation, or even do beyond that.
So I would choose to believe that Governor Oyetola probably let the handover note. I'm not sure, because it's almost impossible for a governor to leave that kind of office. No problem. So sometimes I can leave a handover note to you, and as a new governor, I first of all freeze everything. So I understand. Sometimes it's usually the normal practice for anybody to say, you know what, freeze first, let me understand what's going on, and then take from there. But hey,
if there was a proper transition period, you wouldn't need to freeze.
Sometimes if it's within the same party, it's easier. A different party, usually there are sort of other issues that you need to understand first before you then continue. So that I can understand the freezing.
They were in court.
They were still trying to see if we might swing.
But what are your thoughts
for
on
me,
this?
I just went to see immediately what the internally generated revenue for Osun State with the past governor was. And one of the first things that you see when you check that is that Osun State had increased its IGR from 13.8 billion to 19.6 billion. This was signed by the Auditor General of the state. That's with the just past government. And so I guess for a lot of indigenes of Osun State, these are some of the numbers that they'll be looking at. Do the first 100 days, the first 1 year, the first, term. And I'm hoping, like we have all said here, that because this governor is coming in with a lot of goodwill. And I don't know if it's just because of him as a dancing senator, because he really had that following. He's on the minds of many Nigerians. We don't know many Nigerian politicians by their names, but we know of, Senator Adeleke, now governor, and we know also because of his nephew. And I feel that he should use that goodwill to do the best he can for his state. And he also said that as yesterday when he was inaugurated, he says he's very aware of what the needs of his state is. So he said that he understands that there has to be reforms across education, security, healthcare, infrastructure, local government administration, judiciary. And I guess as we watch him go through his term, we'll see exactly what these reforms he will try to do. Constantly we talk about local government administration, what their role should be exactly. What exactly would he do differently, especially when it comes with funds. Everybody from the Southwest thinks Lagos is replicated in many Southwestern states, but it's not. I hear that many of these Southwestern states, you'll be shocked of the level of poverty in those states. They just not enough development in those states. So we hope that with his exposure, with his likability, and hopefully, with just advice every here and there, that we will see an improvement.
Let me take this call from Mr. Dedeji. Good morning, are you there? Osun State, you're live.
Good morning.
Go ahead, please.
Akayiro is my name. Akayiro is funny.
Go ahead.
Now, my comment is concerning the former governor and present governor. Governor Oyetola is not bad. The only problem we have with Governor Oyetola is that he promised to pay the money owed the workers, that the workers led to the government. About 30 months half salary. He promised during his campaign, face-to-face, with him, and he told me he's going to pay it. Because he was my Oga when I was in service and I worked closely with him. God brought him there, and God said he's not going to spend another 4 years. Very simple. He should have accommodated the incoming governor and hand over properly to him. But what I know is that God has the final say in every situation. So whatever he has done, God will reward him for it. And whoever is coming in, we pray that he will borrow a leaf from the mistake of those who have been there and do the needful to make the state better and the citizens happier. God bless you in Jesus' name. Thank you.
Still talking about Osun State, I would like to hear from indigenous of Osun this morning. You can call us on 081-270-53687, 09139076948. You can tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag your view TVC so we can read your tweets. So gold is one of the mineral resources, especially in Elisha. And we're hoping, especially when I heard from Ajuri that came recently that was telling us that that we should, when any governor tells you that they cannot mine their gold, that you don't believe them. That now there's some of a reform that the federal government has initiated to ensure that those of you, every state can put together a PLC to actually get the partner with the federal government to mine. So and this is some of the things that we're seeing in Lagos State, we're seeing in other states. Do you think it's something this governor has the capacity to do, or do you think that they should start looking towards something like that?
Honestly, the previous administration already had as a few gold project. The Segilola project is part of something in Osun State. So Osun Gold is already being processed by a company. And maybe there are more they can look into. But I always feel very, very sad when our leaders just look at natural resources as what will move their economy. Lagos didn't grow based on natural resources. Lagos grew and has been growing based on human resources. I've been to Ilesha as a child. My dad's best friend, I call him Daddy Ilesha, lived in Ilesha all his life, you know, and he's still living there. And I know Ilesha is a thriving commercial community, a city. And there are a lot of things that can happen there beyond gold. And there are several other cities within Osun State that we must visit to improve the economy so that it is homegrown. So each community is generating its own money and bringing people from other states to come there.
Even tourism.
Yeah. And we're talking even the Oshogbo Festival. It's a big deal. The Adire I'm wearing right now, September 15 did it, and she produces from Oshogbo. So we are talking, there are many commercial activities that can be done within Osun State that would attract, that they will build an airport and Oyinbos will be coming, foreign people will be coming just to come there.
Ademola really tried to push that Oshogbo Festival.
Yeah,
I mean, he was a total proponent of that festival. Let me take this call from Olarinwaju. I'll come to you, Miriam. Olarinwaju, are you there from the UK?
Yes, Mariah.
You're live. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. It's a lot of things going on in Osun State. I'm from Osun State, anyway. And what happened in Osun State? People, Oyetola, I will not lie to you. I will talk about the good things he did. He did the roads, especially because I'm from Idajo. He's from Iragbichi, which is not far to our place. Those roads have been bad for a long, long time. He fixed them, he did the road. And then about the pension, he promised the Ogbeni Rauf that he owed a lot of money. He tried his best to pay some of the money. That's the two things. Then when the new governor came in, talking about the first, some of the things that this Oyetola have done, which is I agree, like Osun State, he turned it to what did they call it, something like that. Yeah. Why do you turn the state upside down? So he reversed that to give Osun State, which is right. I don't blame him for that. And then I will tell you another thing that makes Oyetola not to come in again. Because the first time he came in, it's like something is not right. And the people of Osun State, they've made up their mind. If you remember the last time Tinubu went to Osun State, when he was speaking with the Obas, before Oyetola came in, he was saying, oh, I'm richer than your state. It's an insult to a state that you say you are richer and you want to impose someone there, and you still yet you are collecting tax. Your company is collecting tax from that Osun State. It's a lot of things that go wrong, about this. And I pray that this new man will do better. Okay?
Thank you very much.
Yeah. It also seems that Oyetola did well. I mean, Nigerians, usually when we call like this, he will tear the person down, but he doesn't seem to be getting a lot of that. And I like that attitude, which is, okay, your administration is over, you did well for the time that you were there, and whatever it is that did not allow you come back, we're hoping that this person will continue, recognizing that we're coming off a good place. So I think it also puts a lot of pressure on the new governor, because you are not coming into taking from someone who people have said is just totally bad. Because for me, if your predecessor is totally bad, it's easy peasy. From anything you do, it's fantastic.
You shine.
But here, now you have to make proper, you have to work really hard. There are no low-hanging fruits for this administration. But you know, I feel, I don't know, I just have I'm optimistic about this new, with Soludo. I felt that optimism. I feel that optimism again with this governor. And I just hope we'll see.
You know, and I think it was also very clear that people understood what Oyetola was dealing with. Lots of debt. Because I remember Governor Oyetola, he came up with all of, yes, these, oh, yes, oh, you know, he had great plans, grand plans, forgetting that I can take this money and create these fantastic ideas, but how am I going to generate funds? People didn't have money to pay the taxes to develop, to retain or sustain these things. So there were lots of busy. And then Oyetola came and was faced with how to pay this. And he didn't even lament. I never saw Governor Oyetola lamenting on social media, please, he found a way to organize how we can pay some and still pay salaries to some extent. I heard that he wasn't paying it in parts. Yeah, I can't pay you full salary, but I can pay you a certain percentage.
The ones that were old before.
Just at least to gradually do it. So there was a plan. He went straight to work, which was a great thing. But what are your thoughts on all that has been said so far, and how do you think this new governor can function well?
So I think that, first of all, he needs to surround himself with people who are objective, people who will look at the problems of Osun State and prefer objective solutions, not because they want to do it so it will look or it will paint the past governor bad. He needs to be focused on an agenda. He needs to have a plan. He needs to have a vision. I know that Osun State has an abundance of fertile lands. He needs to look into agriculture. Most of the farmers I hear are still on subsistence farming. You know, he needs to get into mechanization. He needs to use the natural resources and find ways to give incentives to these farmers so that they can, you know, produce, feed the state, and even begin to export outside the state and outside the country. He needs to have a plan. We should have a vision that we are working with in this administration. Say, okay, in these 4 years, I don't know if I'm going to come back next time. Let's plan with the 4 years we have. We're going to do this for agriculture. We're going to do this for education. We're going to do this for industries. One of the major drivers of the economy is to have industries flourish. So you identify those business people in Osun State, give them incentives. They will be able to employ more people. You have sorted out the issue of jobs. Why government fail is the fact that they think they can give everybody a job. Everybody wants a government job. We need to move away from having government jobs to empowering individual citizens to create jobs for their people 100%. By giving them good incentives. So he should have a plan. Right now, he should not be looking at what has happened in the past. This is where I'm going. This is where I'm focused. And by God's grace, he will do it well.
We have to wrap up on this. I think in a nutshell, just like Mariam said, he is actually enjoying the goodwill of the people of Osun. Lots of you he's loved because of his likability, his dancing. They believe that they just trust that this man is going to come out with a lot of refreshed air. And we hope that indeed this new administration does bring in fresh perspectives and help the people of Osun to reach greater heights. Congratulations again to the governor, and we wish you all the best.